Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for when you come to them. For the tarot, I'm using Wild Reflections Tarot by Spell. I think I'm saying that right. There's a couple things with it. There is this QR code, I think is what it's called, with some information on it. So feel free to freeze frame on that if you want that information. There's also the website on the back, yspell.com. So if you want to see that, you can freeze frame and get that information if you want it. Yspell, I think, is down over here somewhere. Okay. For the Oracle cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. I want to say the websites are here in the back. I'm pretty sure there's a Colette Baron Reed website. I don't know if it's at the bottom of that, though. I thought I already had this out. There's the illustrator information there. If you want it, feel free to freeze frame and check out what you would like to see. And then ColetteBaronReed.com. Yeah, it's in the back of the book. There we go. Hopefully that's focusing so you can see it. Okay. And I use dice as well. I use a 22-sided dice. I replaced 22 with 0 for the major arcana. And then I use a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana. And I use a 4-sided dice to choose the element of the minor arcana. Math Art Fun. MathArtFun.com. Hopefully you can see that one too. Through that bag. MathArtFun.com. If you're interested. That's where those dice came from. Okay, with that being said, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and let's get into your reading. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aquarius? That card shows up a lot this time around. Really, Logan? Logan, stop it. He's like, no, you're not going to get up and stop me, so I'm doing what I want to do. I suppose, Loki. I suppose. Okay. What do we have for Aquarius? There's a very large social atmosphere. Now that depends on what you consider large. 3 of Cups, I'm getting there's a lot of people involved here. I don't know if this is a momentary thing or if this is always, but with the current energy, it does make things a little confusing. A little confusing? A little confusing. It gives a lot of confusion to it. It's not something you can't handle, but I feel like when you look back at when this has happened before, this is when people pull like things out of the woodwork that you don't really like. It's kind of like, oh, I kind of knew that was a possibility, but I didn't think that was going to happen that way. Could be a little aggravating. Is there a past reference here to like one of these people or a couple of these people? Somebody's unpredictable. So there's an energy here. Somebody's unpredictable. Somebody's unpredictable. Somebody's unpredictable. It's not always something that you're against. It depends what's going on. I feel like that's obvious. In this situation coming up, it's kind of like, I don't know if this is a good idea for them to be a part of this. Because it's a large social scene. They're a little bit complicated. I feel like this is one of the reasons you actually like them, because they are kind of complicated. They're not just a one-note person. They have a lot. They have a lot of notes and a lot of different genres going on all at once. So there's a lot to them. But I'm like, I don't know where they're going to fall. I don't know what they're going to do next. Like, there's a lot going on with them. And as I keep moving forward in this social scene, I'm kind of feeling stuck. Because I don't want to trigger something that I can't predict. or that I can't like really do anything about once it starts going. It's kind of like, if you get a bowling ball rolling down a hill, even if you like, I don't feel like if it gets going fast enough, I can't really stop it. So it's kind of like if the slant's too steep and I get that bowling ball going, once it goes, it's going. Wherever it goes, it goes. And it feels like that's the type of thing this is. Like it's a really deep slant. And once it starts going, it's going towards town. We'll see what happens. That's how this feels. I feel kind of stuck with it. There's other people that I feel like I get along with, but maybe don't get along with each other. And that might be another level of this situation why I feel stuck, because I get along with these people. Things are fine with me and these people individually, but like I don't want to get stuck in the middle of something, because that's not going to help me. I've learned this over the years that and my grandmother was an Aquarius, and I know a couple others. Actually, my brother is. I have one brother at least that's an Aquarius. They're not against a difficult conversation, but typically, and I could be wrong, let me know in the comments, they're not into aggressive, angry arguments, but they don't mind competitive or information getting arguments. It's like the way you look at the argument, the way the argument is handled. They'll hold their own in an argument, Aquarius will, but they're not looking for a violent end. They're looking to get information and figure something out. They're not looking to have a violent I don't feel that's. Oh, when was my grandmother? If that tells you anything, so, because she was extremely smart and she would bring up conversations, but she wasn't looking to start fights. She was looking to get something out of it, and she would usually kind of smooth it over at the end too. So she was very smart though. So that's how I see Aquarius. That's one of the reasons I see Aquarius that way. Excuse me. This moving forward, it's this new energy coming in. I don't always read this card this way, but this is how it feels in this deck. The Devil card coming in with the Six of Wands, there's a new energy coming in. It may not be totally new to the subject. So if it's a work situation, it's not like a new person off the street. Could be something y'all have known for years, people you've known for years. But it's new to this subject, or it's new to this conversation, to this dilemma. And it's bringing in resolution, but it's also bringing in its selfish needs. I don't like the way the Devil feels in this. It's not always bad. Sometimes it talks about Capricorn energy. That can be a very beneficial, very good energy. But when it comes in with these two, and it doesn't feel like it's matching with the rest, it's not serving the whole, it's serving itself. When this comes in, this next card comes in, and every time I read it from this deck, it comes in with this flavor, which I feel like I need to remember when I read it in other decks. It's saying it's not like you can't make a move. It's saying you're going in there blind. So if you see this one, if I get it close enough, hopefully you can see it well. This person is poised to shoot an arrow. Is the arrow in her hand? Yes. This person is poised to shoot an arrow, but she's not going to see where it goes. The advice here is to not move. The truth is you can. The advice is to not. Hold your moment. See what this is going to do first. See where this is going to go first. I feel like it's more than likely, unless you feel like it's dire need, unless you feel like this is an emergency moment, it's more than likely you're going to hold back or try to hold back. They're saying stick with that. It's a good idea. What's motivating the situation? What do they want? What do they want? What's motivating them? Which may not be the same thing. So the person motivating them, there might be a promotion motivating them. They want to get this out of the situation. This is their goal. But what's motivating them is possibly getting a promotion somewhere else. You know what I mean? You're not trapped with this. You're not stuck with this. It's going to feel like it for a minute. can spit out the words. You're going to feel like you're trapped with it. You're not. You're going to also feel like maybe I could change the situation, but it's not going to make it any better. That's also not true. Okay, so how do you do this? The Emperor and the Two of Cups. Okay. Okay. The Emperor can be a saucy card. It depends how it's coming in. The Emperor, the Queen of Cups, the Dragon's Duel, and the Two of Cups. You want to work together with others. Oh, I don't know if this is going to come across right. It makes me nervous. But see what other people think. Tell other people what you know. When I get the Emperor card, I get like, let the Emperor go forward and do what he needs to do. Don't get caught up in the gender. It could be any gender. But I'm getting that when the Emperor goes in, the Emperor tends to be a little brutal when they're not happy. And they can easily use the truth as a weapon. Easily. They can easily do that. They want to. They might like it. If they want to, and you arm them with the correct truth, whatever that means for your situation, when I say correct truth, like, you know, maybe you have to be careful like what you tell the Emperor, because it can and will be used against you in a court of law type feeling is how it feels to me. So, I don't know. Be wise when you tell the Emperor whatever you're going to tell the Emperor and how you're going to tell them that. Because the Emperor is going to get all wound up and then they're going to go off and they're going to use the truth as a weapon is what I'm getting. I feel like that's going to happen anyway because I was like, I don't feel like you want to wind somebody up and get them. I don't feel like that doesn't feel right to me, but I also get from this like, oh no, they're already going there. They're already headed in that direction. And if you just kind of like help them be more stable. First thought in my head was stable Mabel, but okay. If you help them know more of what's actually happening there and help keep them more stable, more on the level, more like, all right, Emperor, this is what's actually here. I know you think all this other stuff is going on. I haven't seen proof of that. I would leave that over there. I would leave that out of it. Stick with what we actually know. You'll get far with this. You can make the whole thing work with this as long as you stick with what's actually here and we've actually proven. We'll keep trying to prove the rest there, but don't let them know that, one, because we don't know if it's true yet, and two, if you start blabbing about that, they're going to know that that's what we're looking into and they're going to hide it. If they don't know we're looking into it, it's a lot easier to find the truth. So let's just keep that out of the conversation, Emperor, if we can. Emperor can be very noble, but like very harsh too. Balance it out. Be careful how you balance it out. That's the advice for the next section. Things are going to change again. It's just about it changing in your direction. This energy, I think this energy is temporary, but it may not show up as if it is. It is temporary, but it may not look like it when it shows up, this devil energy. It's going to leave. Ooh, the truth will come out. The moon upside down, and then the Six of Swords, half in, half out. The truth will come out. There will be some things to be answered to, so be careful about this time. While the devil is in play, or in play, however you want to look at it, it's like all that happens while the devil is a part of the situation comes into review later. People are coming back. It's like a self-audit or like an internal audit or something like that. This, that, another thing. Oh, that. Okay, so we know the devil did that. What did you do? Because we see that you did this and you did that while the devil was doing this and doing this. Why did you do that? And why did you do that? And it's going to be like that. If you know that's coming, I feel like you can roll with it. It's easier if you know it. It's going to end the situation. A new energy comes in. Another new energy comes in. King of Wands, the Death card, and the Cosmos. Creativity, and what was the other thing? Vastness. I'm getting, it kind of feels like a world card to me, almost, the Cosmos. A lot of things coming in at once, a new way, a breath of fresh air, It does feel a lot like the World card to me, a whole new phase, that type of energy. That's how this feels to me. When that comes in, it's going to, at first, I feel like when this new energy comes in, at first, I don't think you're going to be a fan of it. It's going to be like, oh, great. Like a different version of the same crap. Different flavor, same, bleh. It's a different, it's kind of like, if you think of like some things you don't like to eat, for like me, I don't like carrots, I don't like liver. So it's like, well, it's not carrots, but this one's liver. Great. Your first reaction is like, I don't like this. I don't like this. But give it a chance. Give it a chance. Give it a second and give it a chance. You know, a chance. Give it a chance. Brain. It has to kind of start germinating and adding into the whole situation, start working its way in. It comes off stronger than it actually is. Once it starts getting up to speed with everybody else, it does marry in quite well with the Four of Wands, and it does seem to put things in perspective. Things seem to go a lot better than they used to. Things feel very comfortable for a while at least. It makes me wonder if that was the whole point of putting the devil in the situation, to shake it all up and then change it so that people will be more open to things changing, and then removing the devil and people being like, okay, we want it to change anyway, so this new person coming in, we're more open to that. It almost feels like it was a game like that. Like, we're putting the devil in this situation to make people uncomfortable. We purposely want people to not like the devil. That way, when we remove the devil and put the person we actually want in there, people are like, well, at least it isn't the devil. We'll take this one. This is much better. It does kind of feel like that. I'm not saying it's exactly... I mean, it's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt, but that's how it feels. Take it with a grain of salt, you know. After it all kind of simmers down and goes where it needs to, the energy that's left over is very compatible to you. Once it simmers down and it's doing what it needs to and everything gets into its long-term goals, this could go on for quite a while. I get the Seven of Pentacles, like this could last for a while. This is a compatible energy with you. And I get like, you're going to glean things between the lines. Aquarius is typically really good at this. Like, reading between the lines is your forte, typically. The normal average reading of a Aquarius. Highly intelligent, able to read between the lines. You're going to find out a lot of things. This energy, whoever this is, you're going to get quite comfortable with them. And one of the reasons you're going to like them is because they let things slip without realizing they let things slip. Because you're really good at reading between the lines. So they might be one of those people that kind of like, they tell you where to look without realizing they told you where to look. And then you're like, oh, I should go over and check with this one. And then you find out what you need to know. This person is great for your problem solving skills. So you get to find out what you want. That's why you like that. I don't feel like this person is purposely doing that. I just feel like it keeps happening. And I feel like that's one of the reasons I like working with them. So if it's a work situation, whatever situation it might be for you. Okay, anything else with this? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.